Follow all Moessieux news on his website, www.moessieux.com, on his Facebook and Instagram page too, for daily exclusive publications.
Hello and welcome on Moessieux for this first video in English about the CK. And here today on Moessieux stage you have the CK61 less than 6 kilograms, and you have also the CK88 near 13 kilograms, 88 notes for this one, and EV Touch with a very great keyboard too. This one is also great. Of course, you know, on Moessieux, I'm here to explain to you how it works, what it is about. I'm not here to make some great demonstration. Let's see the video about the great Yamaha artists that done well better than me. So I let them, and I'm here today in this video topic to explain to you what is the CK, what you can find inside. And of course, perhaps you have seen our TikTok live episode we have done with all the team and one guest, Mr. John Melas, and you have some information, but you know, I make it also in English. As anyway, like I done in French, the French was in premiere, but not enough time to do all, so this one come a little bit later. But if you want to discover by a little overview what you have inside the CK, you are on the good video. If you do not know me and about Moessieux, you can shoot me also on my Facebook and Instagram. It's called Moessieux too. You have the website, and on the website you have a nice article. CK, you have, of course, from the motif series, to the reface and the montage modics, etc. John Melas software, remember, we have a CK librarian and editor from John Melas. And also, the site is also dedicated to Camelot Pro. And if you want to take it and discovering or go deeper inside this keyboard or software and the CK2, you can ask me for Moessieux Masterclass. You have all information on video description. Depending on the country you live, I can done or not. But for the Camelot Pro 1-to-1, remember, on Camelot Pro, we are working through the audio modeling platform, and I can done it for everybody all over the world if you want. Okay, let's come back for this video topic, what it is, this CK series. I do not make a mistake if I say it's a stage keyboard. It's right here. Stage keyboard CK61 for the 61, 88 for the 88. So it's a stage keyboard. In the middle range, I will say, if I take as example, you have the reface YC and CP that come in 2014, and you have the nice CP 73 and 88, you have the YC 61, 73 and 88, and in the middle range, no, it was a missing thing. No, we have the CK. And what we can do with this CK, there is also some arpeggiator, sequencer. No, this is a stage keyboard. There is no sequencer, no arpeggiator, no things like that. It's only sounds to play. And you can play everywhere with it because you have some speakers on the back, and it works also with battery, so you can bring it in the holidays as you want, or in the garden and play quietly with the birds and the sun. I hope you have, and you can play your music you like. Only a sound, and what some great sound you have here. And I'm going to explain to you what you can find. There is more for 360 voices, 63 if I remember fine, but we are near this. Does the sound are great? Yes, of course, they are great. You can find some famous sound from the CP series. As example, if we take the piano, I will not pass over all the sounds. It would be too long. But let's take the most important and major that people ask anyway when about the stage keyboard, piano, an electric piano, and organs generally. And the others people like, but you will have a lot of them also too. And nice surprise. So for the piano, acoustic piano, you have the great CFX piano with some declination in stereo. In mono, you have the S700, the Live CF3, very great. DG piano 1 and 2, you have the U1 piano, very great also. and the CP, of course, the Yamaha CP you have, and we come back to the CFX. Okay, so you have the same screen that we have on the CP and the YC. Good screen to see things. You have some settings inside the screen, but most of the things you need to do can be available here from the buttons and the encoders and things like that. Okay, and the knobs, I would say. Electric piano, you know, I cannot tell the brand, so I take the little word. Electric piano famous, you know, there is the 78 RD, and you have a second one, 73 RD Studio, coming from the CP series. You have the WR, warm and bright, also same coming from the CP, the clavi, the APC, and you have Dix. And the first thing I need to explain to you is that all these sounds are RWM2. So this is a Rampler sampling things. This is not a real FM like we have from the YC series. Remember, not the CP, but on the YC, we have a real FM engine. Here, this is great sounds, but this is AWM2. This is not FM synthesis. But they are great, of course. They are well done, you know. And if you press several times, here, the category button to search your voice, you see you can have this nice view. So you have a lot of electric piano. And for organs, as soon as I press here, perhaps it's too small to see this, but there is two types of organ you need to understand. The first type is AWM, that we call flute. I think I do not make mistake to say it's come from the famous reface YC. And the 5 sound that have only one letter here, the H, which is the first letter of a famous brand, I will not tell. And in this way, you have the V, one of the first letter, the F, one of the first letter, the A, one of the first letter of famous brand that made electronic organ, and the Y, which is Yamaha. No problem to tell. These 5 that have only one letter can use this. Only these 5. And no other voice, an organ, and other section can use this. This is the drawbar section. You have the vibrato and chorus. You have the percussion like on electronic organs. For these 5 voice, the H, the V, the F, the A, and the Y. Only these 5 can use this. The others that you can have, I go in this way better, excuse me, the pipe organ, the church organs, the names that you have, the diapason, the claribels, church, etc., are AWM2. They cannot use this. If you press on it, you will see it's not lighting. They are AWM2, but they are great, of course. And you have lot of brass sound voice, acoustic, synth, solo, ensemble, woodwind, saxophone, great collection, more than 360 voices inside, a guitar and bass, strings with solo, ensemble, synth, pads, and you have some voices inside the pads that we do not have on the YC and the CP. Great voices you can have here. And if you see some names, it remembers some names from the Modix too. So I think clearly it can come from the Motif series, the Motif XF or the Modix perhaps. At the time I record this video, I do not have this information, but by seeing the name, I think it's come back. So great sound quality for AWM2. Lead sounds also you have, the chromatic percussion. And on others, you have what we call the world and ethnic sounds all over the world, sitar, Japanese sound, kalimba, all the things that you can see. And you see the screen is very reactive, and how many sounds I can play together, you can play 3 of them, because you can activate 3 of them like this. So sorry for the lighting, even I try all the settings with the cams, the 2 cams and the picture big, and the lighting make me some problems, but you can manage the volume here on the screen. You see the things moving on the screen, so I remove some of them to have less lighting. And all of this is grouped like on the YC and CP in a live set. So you have 160 live set, 8 available by page like this, and you can change the page like that. So very easy to navigate and go to the live set. There is 80 presets. You can override them if you do not need. Keep some of them you need, but you can overwrite if you need some place, and you can manage them with the John Melas library.com. Also, 2 So as soon as you start to work with these voices you have select in the live set, if you start by initialize a live set, as soon as you start to tweak them, and you can tweak because you have a filter section with a cutoff and a resonance, and each part can have different adjustment for the cutoff and the resonance. Each part can have different adjustments for the attack and the release. You can activate for one part and not for the other. So the three are independent, and I say part because as soon as you start to tweak them, we call them parts. The voice is the base unit, and in the live set you work with the parts. So the parts, you can have the three on layers, you can have some split, you can have two on layers, one on the left, you can have two on the left and one on the right, you can have the three separate split, you have two split point here, yes, you have two split point here, and you can choose all of this. You have some buttons here to do the things you can do on the screen to have more large view and choice, and this is very, very, very great. And you can have a second keyboard that can play one of the parts if you want, and you can have also a master mode with 4 zones, yes, to control some other things from other rack or keyboard or synth, this key as example. So you can do a lot of things with the CK, and you have a great effects section also. And I want to talk to you about the effects section because it's very great. Also, you have some famous effects from the YC, like the Fencer Flash on Max and the Chorus. Some great new effects that are in the YC you have in the CK. You have, first of all, a drive section, and each part can have a different effect or not, as you want, from this drive, and a different depth for each part. Each part can have, as I can call insertion effects, the effect 1 and 2. Each part can have a selection. You have 36 effects here. And each part can have a different type, each part for the two, and a different depth and different rate. So as you want. So very, very great for the effect management for the parts, for the delay and for the reverb. I will say all the parts have the same type and the same depth and time for the delay, the same sound or time for the reverb. And for the equalizer, you can manage in two ways. It can be for each live set. If you want, you can activate it for managing for each live set, and you have the gain plus, minus, and you in the screen you can manage the frequencies too. And if you want to manage it only for your room because you play on your room and you do not want to manage it for a live set, you can manage it as a master equalizer if you want. And some of the great things you have and you do not have on the YC and the CP key stage keyboard series, you have on the AD input left and right. Okay, you have it on the CP and the YC2, but here you can have line for instruments or MP3 player, but you can have also for microphone, guitar and bass, and you can have some effect. A dedicated chain of effect with a noise gate and some effects 1 and 2. So you have 34 choice of effects in the selection of the insert, not 34 at all, of course, but not 36, but 34 for the effect 1 and 2. You can add on the AE input. So one very plus point of the CK, but this is not alone. Of course, you can find two foot pedal. You can find MIDI in and out. You can manage the speaker on, off here on the top. And you have a USB 2 device to connect a USB stick. You have a USB 2 to connect a DAW. You can record MIDI and audio because you have one stereo bus to record on Cubase, of course, I would say. And one of the DAW if you want, but try Cubase. And what other things we have? You have some Bluetooth connection. If you want to play with some backing tracks from Bluetooth from your phone or your tablet, you can accept Bluetooth like I have as example on my stage pass 1 key. I have the Bluetooth 2. You have the same Bluetooth here, probably the same. And is it all? No, this is not all. You can play also WAV file. Remember, WAV file, very important, not MP3, WAV file from the USB stick directly, and you can manage the volume. We do not have this on the Modix montage. On Modix montage, we can play WAV file, but we cannot manage the WAV file volume. Here you can manage the volume, and you have some great things too. We can select if the highest or the lowest note can be dedicated to launch. This is the audio trigger we call, can launch the playback. So here, this is my lowest. It will not play the section of the parts A, B, or C. I can play them here, but if I play here, it starts my wave file. And I can stop it like this if I want. So very, very great audio trigger function. You have dedicated on the C key. You have some great effects also coming from the YC, like the Max and the Chorus 816. So very, very great stage keyboard in the middle range. You can play with it and take a lot of pleasure, a lot of fun, and do some great things. So I think it's enough for this overview. I will come with dedicated video about section parts, etc. I hope you have liked this video for the introduction. If yes, please click on the blue thumb. It's very important for me. Remember, I am alone to do all of this on Moessieurs, and it can be better for the suggestion for other users if there is like. So if you like, please, it takes only 2 seconds for you. Please like. If you really like, you have learned something you do not know, you can use the super thanks. It's like kind of donation, but as example, I have buy a new front cam this week, and you can help me because it costs money for video software licenses to renew each year, etc. So if you want to help me a little bit, you can make this. If you want a Moessieurs Masterclass, include the C key. No, you can ask me. You have all the information on video description and on video ending. That come. See you soon for one of our Moessieurs video. Bye.
Would you like to discover, learn, or improve your knowledge of your Yamaha synthesizer or stage keyboard? Book your Moessieurs Masterclass now. Your private session is conducted online through Zoom. Take all benefit of Moessieurs expertise, Yamaha synthesizers and stage keyboard specialist for nearly 20 years, and consultant for Yamaha Music Europe and France. As member of International Yamaha Tech Talk live team, and host of the Camelot Pro sessions for audio modeling, Joel take care of your experience level. Whether you're a beginner or a skilled user, get the most out of your Yamaha synthesizer, stage keyboard, John Mayla's software suite, or Camelot Pro.
Book your session from the Moessieux Facebook page. Use slots available in the service tab, or by email, moessieux@orange.fr. This service is available in French and English, only for users who live in European Union. Camelot Pro 1-to-1 Masterclass are available for users all over the world through audio modeling platform. Thank you for watching this Moessieux video. Do not forget to click on like, subscribe, and click on the bell to be informed when a new video is online. Do not hesitate to write a comment or ask a question. See you soon. Bye.